When I first start working with a new government contractor, one of the things that I have them do is zero in on their flagship product or service, because most people have a dozen things they want to do and it's just too hard to chase all those rabbits. So I sit down and have them laser focus on the one thing that they do best and then build products and services around that. Today, I want to talk to you about our flagship service. That flagship service is Federal Access. And under Federal Access, we have two main options. There's a group coaching option, and then there's a one-to-one coaching option. There's a couple of reasons I want to talk to you about this. One, I am super excited about it because we've had, in my opinion, too many options over the past for people. There's been an option that was just our DIY option. So it was the do-it-yourself corporate model where you could come in, all the education and training was there, but you were really on your own. And then we've had our one-to-one coaching, and there was different levels of one-to-one coaching. And those are all great. They've all served our clients really well. But what we wanted to do was create a group coaching model that not only worked, but was at a price point that people could afford and was done in a way where you are going to get consistent hand holding every single week. And that is what we've done with Federal Access Advisor. That's our new group coaching model. It's really, really simple. It's built on these three phases of growth. And under each phase, there's different pillars. So there's a total of like 7 pillars that we focus on. It's a really simple program. And so I want to break that down for you today so that you can kind of hear a little bit about that. Again, it's our flagship service and it is the core of everything we do. It starts with all of our online education and training. We still have 200 plus strategy guides, another 100 and something templates. I think today we've got somewhere in the neighborhood of 150 different training videos that's including our webinars and our playbooks and everything like that. And we're constantly still updating all of those things. So there's a ton of content that you can start with on your own the day you start up. But then every Wednesday, we have our inner circle session. And our inner circle session is focused around one of the pillars. Like I was saying, there's 7 different pillars. So we'll pick a topic from one of the 7 pillars and we'll focus on that during the session. The best way I could describe our sessions is either myself and or Josh will probably soapbox for 5 or 10 minutes on a topic. And then we get into Q&A, because the Q&A is what's really so powerful, where you ask your questions about that topic. We do open it up to other topics. So if there's something else you want to bring to the table, you can bring that week. Our focus is helping you. So whatever questions you have, you bring those to the coaching session every single week. One of the things that I really like about our group is the people that are in our group are, the best way to describe them is there's a certain mindset they have. There's a certain mindset where they all want to work together and help you. There's no competitiveness. There's no, hey, I'm going to steal a contract. There's no, hey, I don't want to talk about this because somebody might hear it and I'm worried about that. There's none of that. An open forum where you share what you want to share and people provide ideas, people work together, people team based on some of these conversations. It's just a great environment, and it's only going to get better as we start meeting together more. We started in late 2022. We started Inner Circle. We were doing it once a month, and we have a bunch of regulars that show up to that. And now there's more and more people starting to show up to it. As they show, they're starting to develop friendships and relationships and teaming relationships and all that kind of stuff. And that's great. It's only going to get better once we go to once a week. And now more people are showing up and getting to know each other and work together. Let me jump in and talk about the 7 pillars that we cover in this program. There are 7 pillars, but they're broken up into 3 main phases. Those phases are phase 1, your foundation, phase 2, your marketing and strategy, in phase 3, your execution. My goal when you get in here is that you only spend a month or 2 in foundation, and then you get into marketing strategy. And while you're in marketing and strategy, you are doing some executing. I want you executing as quickly as possible, because at the end of the day, I want you to fill your pipeline. Once you start filling your pipeline, you will have a very different set of questions, activities, actions. Things really connect once you start executing on this. So we start in phase 1 with the foundation in pillar 1, where it's getting started. These are your business and procurement readiness tasks that you have. And look, I've talked to people that have been in this business for 6 years that haven't done some of the things in this basic getting started area. And there's some light bulbs that are going to go off where you're going to say, oh, we've never done that. We've never updated that website. We've never logged into there. We didn't know we could. Those things are going to happen when you are going through that procurement readiness portion of Pillar 1. Then there's also government websites and tools. We're going to show you how to use those. Anything from USA Spending and SAM.gov's databank to GSA's library to look at pricing and things. You're going to learn a lot about those kind of things and other different registrations that you need. That's in getting started. Then we move into Pillar 2, where we're talking about market research. So who buys what you sell? How do they buy what you sell? Contract vehicles, how to leverage contract vehicles, which contract vehicles you should have. All of that stuff happens in Pillar 2. The phase 1 foundation, all of that happens really, really fast. Then you're on to phase 2, marketing and strategy. So where we get into Pillar 3, where we're talking next level marketing. So your differentiation and communicating value, our value mapping process, marketing, conferences and events. We're starting to lay the foundation for you to build your pipeline. And then we move into Pillar 4, where it's developing a sales action plan. So we're talking about your sales strategy, your action plans, your hiring the right people questions and things like that. So you can figure out what positions you need and when you need those and all that kind of stuff. So you're starting to develop that. We get through phase 2 very quickly so that we're finally in phase 3 where you're executing. This is Pillar 5, your business development side of things. It's your prospecting, your sales pipeline, your bid, no bid process, pre-acquisition activities. Those things are happening in Pillar 5. Pillar 6, we get into teaming, prime and subcontracting, what the ratio should look like, starting to think about mentor protege, thinking about teaming agreements. All that stuff happens in Pillar 6. And Pillar 7, we talk proposal management. So bids and proposals, RFIs and sources sought, pricing, post-award process. So once you have won or if you lost, debriefings, all of that kind of stuff comes into Pillar 7. Once we've gone through all of these pillars and all 3 of these phases, you should be at a point where your company is mature enough to start winning contracts. You should be through all of these phases fairly quickly, but what you'll find is you continuously need help in prospecting, in teaming, in bids and proposals and things like that. And that's what the group coaching is for. That's what that weekly inner circle session call is for. You show up to that. You bring your questions, concerns, challenges to that session, and that's where we talk through those. That's the gist of how we run this program. It's going to continue to evolve over time. We're going to continue to add new webinars, new training videos, new documents. We're going to add new components to this. We're already talking about a live event that we're going to do at least once a year. There's some really cool aspects that this will evolve into, and it's at a price point that just about anybody under the sun can afford. If you go to federal-access.com/game changers, you'll see a breakdown of the product. There's even an option to save 20% just by going to that link. That's a little bit about our new flagship service called Federal Access Advisor. It's our group coaching model. I think you're really going to love this and you're going to love plugging into all of the other people that are there. Again, it still has all of the training vault that is still attached with this, but now we've added the weekly group coaching aspect to it that is going to accelerate your chances of winning a contract much, much faster. I look forward to seeing you in our next Inner Circle call. I really hope you enjoyed the podcast today. If you did, I would really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe to the podcast and screenshot it and tag me on LinkedIn or whatever social media you use. So thank you again for joining us today, and we'll see you next time.